A very good afternoon to one and all as we welcome you once again to the actions in the girls division of the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League. And we have another interesting North Zone battle for you featuring third place Bishop Anstey High School against cellar place Tranquility Government Secondary. And the young ladies are now making their way out on the field. And no doubt a lot of interest in this one because Bishop will be hoping that they can certainly keep gaining points and get as close as possible to the front two. Tranquility in their yellow and black, and of course Bishop's in their red and black outfits as they greet each other. And a lot of young faces, an indication that a lot of these teams are in what we call rebuilding mode, essentially, and hoping that they can in fact grow and gain confidence as they develop over time at this level, because it's not the easiest thing for some of these young ladies to certainly come and play, but they're representing their schools, which is the most important thing for them, and they ought to be commended for that, because not everybody will put their hands up to want to come out in the middle and showcase their talents, but as we've seen with a lot of these teams, they play with heart and they play with a gritty kind of determination that is commendable to say the least. But it's certainly going to be an interesting battle. Rohan Cornell is the referee. He is getting ready to get things started here, and we anticipate that this will be another keen contest. We just saw one last week with Diego Martin Central and Tranquility. That ended 1-1, but that was a real slugfest, although Diego Martin Central squandered two penalties, and then eventually they scored a third one for a 1-1 score line. And but all the same, it is the... So there is the whistle. And to get things started here, referee Cornell sending us on our way, and I think we might have to do it over again because he wasn't happy with how things started there. So Davis is going to spot the ball. She, of course, is vice captain of the Tranquil team, and here we go. Officially on the way now, and immediately you could see Bishops starting to knife their way forward. Now look at the field, water, and no doubt this is what it's all about. At this time of the year, you're almost expecting it now. As I say, good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ruskin. Good afternoon to all the viewers. You know, at this time of the year, the ground conditions are very, very difficult. And this evening, no different here at the St. Joseph Convent ground.
It is expected to challenge the girls, no doubt, and we see Tranquility now. Tranquility is one of those teams. There's a shot coming towards goal, and it's neatly saved by the goalkeeper. And this young lady has a little bit of experience, and in fact, based on how goalkeepers go, Jade Edwards could very well be, when her career is over, be considered one of the best inside the half. And again, it's really positional play. I think that is what we're going to find that is going to be a little bit skewed here, because they follow the ball so much that they do what we call extra running because they're just chasing after the ball, whereas if they kind of play in a little zone and deal with the ball when it comes in their zone, I think a lot of them will be fitter. And there is Tia Luke. She plays all over the field for Tranquility. 1 minute they have her in attack, next minute she's on defense. Goalkeeper Kojo saved a penalty in the last game. Dekoto rather. And she saved a penalty in the last game. She obviously was brimming with confidence now. So a lot of instructions coming from the coaches, because I think what we notice, a lot of these girls are they're really new to football, in essence. So they don't know some of the nuances of the game. They play because they like to play. Coaches give them an opportunity to play. But some of them, even the rules, what should be done when and when, when and how, is a problem. And one of the things I've noticed is throw-ins, as simple as that may seem. In the girls' game, certainly here, as we're seeing it now, this is one of the real bugbears, and coaches must be having nightmares because it's almost a constant in these games.
Yeah, definitely. Not only the throw-ins, but also free kicks. And when there's a call, normally you see the girls walking away from the ball, both teams.
Because nobody's sure, whose call it is and whose ball it is. And you look at it, this is one of the things. Everything is kind of jumbled close to the ball. So it's like bees to honey. Everybody is after the honey. And they kind of gravitate close to the ball. Now, if you look at the Bishop Anstey, see, watch at their positional play. It's a lot better. They have it's almost like they have a framework from which they're operating. And then they kind of try to build from there. But you look at their defenders, they kind of hold their positions.
Yeah, you're seeing they're holding the line.
Yep.
Coached by a very experienced coach in Mr. Smith.
Right.
He would have won as well the national championship with this same team that the team players.
Same school.
Same school. Yeah, but the same school. Yeah.
Now here they come as they try to get them forward. Here's the challenge for them. And again, trying her best to get inside and do something is Young Johnston. And the goalkeeper comes, and it's a real mayhem inside of there. Opportunity for a goal, brilliantly pushed away by the goalkeeper. She got the angles right, and she certainly covered that first post, which is good, intelligent football.
Yeah, definitely. Young Ali there, Rashia Ali, getting an early shot in.
And she, I think, she was on the bench of the national under 17 team. So, again, you're seeing the progression. Here's the corner kick, comes inside. And again, the goalkeeper, does she get it? No, I don't think she did. It went over the line. Actually, it struck her own player, and it went in. So, certainly, unfortunate turn of events here. In the 5th minute of play, it's Bishop Anstey taking the lead.
Yeah, it seems, I think claiming it though is number 8, Ariel Mark.
Oh, she's smart.
But more own goal than anything else.
I think the goalkeeper, the thing is, the goalkeeper had a one stab at it, and then it's like she tried to hold it, and she squeezed it, and it slipped through her hands.
Watch. See it again. Hands and hips though, from the corner.
Yep. But this is Mark here. Yeah. So the ball comes over. She does get a touch in truth, and the goalkeeper then bobbles it. So she's right. Yes. She will claim it, and I don't think you could be upset with her about that.
So Ariel Mark gets the go-ahead goal for Bishops. Bishops leading this one 1-0.
Now remember, Bishops are currently in 3rd place on the table in the zone, and they obviously would like to keep the pressure on the others. In fact, not too far from here, I think the Leaders Holy Name Convent are actually in action on St. Mary's College ground just behind us. So all the teams are seeing action today, hoping to continue their winning ways and just kind of keep the wolves from the door. You look at the North Zone, and Tranquility are currently at the bottom of the standings with just the 1 point, and that 1 point was from the draw against Diego Martin Central. And, so they've lost 3 and they've drawn 1. That was that 1-1 tie there. Diego Martin Central, who they drew with, also has just the 1 win, so they have 4 points. 1 win and a draw. They've lost 2. And but Holy Name Convent, the current leaders, on 12 points. They are unbeaten so far in their 4 games. St. Joseph's Convent, 3 wins and a loss. That 1 loss was to Holy Name Convent. And, of course, Bishop Anstey, who we're looking at here now, they are in 3rd place with 3 wins and a loss as well for 9 points. But they do have a far inferior goal difference to second place St. Joseph's Convent. It's plus 18 as opposed to plus 8. But this is an ideal opportunity for them.
Yeah, you will think so. But if you're going on the recent form of this Tranquility team, that will draw against Diego Martin, if they're to try to build on that, they would not be easy pickings here for the Bishop School.
But here they are battling away and players going every which way. And now we're going to get a free kick. Referee Cornell calls the free kick. So a good opportunity now for Bishops to maybe add a second one. I think when you think Justine Johnson, the number 17, she's the shortest player on the field for Bishops. And I think she's probably just about 16 years of age at the moment. She's a very young player. And this is her first real taste of organized football. So it's going to be interesting to see how she handles these conditions. She's having a difficult ground, and it's going to be a free kick by Kennedy. She is lining this one up. Has a crack and scores!
What a beauty! It's a screamer, really. Any player, male or female, would have definitely loved that one. So she puts her team up 2-0. It was a screamer of a free kick. She banged it into the top corner. Let's have a look again.
So just 9 minutes gone in this contest, and yes, she has every reason to smile because that was a well-taken free kick indeed. And she plastered it past goalkeeper. I don't think the goalkeeper even moved.
No, the keeper had no chance, I think. The best keepers in the world would have been unable to get anywhere near to that one.
Khadija Dikoto never really moved. She just kind of stood there and the ball just flew in the net. The only thing moved other than the ball was the net, when the ball actually hit the net.
Yeah, definitely.
Tranquil, they've dug themselves a bit of a hole here now, and trying their best to get out of it, I'm sure, but it's going to take some doing on this field.
Well, they should take advantage of the slope. You know, for those of you who know the St. Joseph Convent ground, it slopes a bit from the northern side to the southern side. So if Tranquility is going to get anything from it, they have to get it in this the first half.
Go with the slope.
Yeah, where they're going with the slope. The natural tendency of the ball to flow forward.
And we must admit there are a couple patches on the field that creates a dilemma. And here's another foul throw. It's just a recurring theme with so many of these players that they haven't really mastered that yet. Khadija Orozco.
See Bishop able to come forward here.
And this is the goal scorer trying her luck here now. Here is the youngster. She's battling away, still going. And then she loses out Johnson.
Johnson showing good skill.
Yep.
Pint size, but packing a good punch.
And again, this is like, I think her first game was like a week ago. Her first organized game of football that she actually played in. So this is all new to her. Here they come again, ball over, and just missing out on a chance to keep it going. And they're still battling in the middle of the park for it. Janice Ellis among them. And I haven't seen, well, this young, I was just about to say, I haven't seen much of her, but she is really the engine for the Tranquility outfit, Aguilera. They're going to need her here on defense. Here goes Johnson again, trying to get inside. The ball played wide and down to the extremities of the field. They might as well follow it because it's not going to go out. And she does follow it. Here's a cross. And here's another takedown. The ball stopped towards the keeper. She bubbles it, but then she's able to jump on it quickly. And so real panic there from the goalkeeper. Luckily for her, she was able to keep it in front of her. The ball didn't run too far away from her. And another nice stab at goal.
Yeah, that was Ali there with the nice one-time shot. Causing all sorts of difficulty.
They're still trying to keep things in perspective here. Bishops with the 2 goals, but they know that they need to score as many as possible. So every opportunity they can, I'm sure, Coach Smith will be telling them that just keep doing what you're doing and, let the goals come. Don't worry about who scores them, just score them. Tranquil, on the other hand, will be hoping that they can at least stop the flow of goals and give themselves a chance to score a couple as well. There is O'Brien, the captain. She's really the engine for Tranquility, still battling, but that is holding is the call. And you could see that from a long way out.
The corner of play, it was a throw.
Actually, it's a free kick. It's a free kick going the other way, says the referee. So I thought for a moment there it was a Tranquil goal, but the captain O'Brien is lining it up. She does have a powerful shot. She scored a beauty from distance the last time out. She's going to try her luck again, and this one bounces and it comes off the goalkeeper and goes behind. It really took a wicked hop, as was to be expected on a wet surface. Luckily for her, it reflected wide of the upright.
Yeah, good attempt there by O'Brien. One of the few chances that Tranquility has had to be on the attack. And the experienced goalkeeper, Jade Edwards, the bounce just bothering her. She's a very experienced goalkeeper at this level.
And the thing about it, for Tranquility to get back in the game, the set pieces would be one of the best options for them. The challenge here is, can they make these crosses count? That's a lovely little ball inside. What kind of contact? And there is an infringement, says the referee.
And it's a penalty.
Well, there might have been a handle ball inside of there. As the players tried to contest the ball, and unfortunately we didn't see the infringement, but the referee was right on spot. So in the 14th minute, in the 15th minute of play, a penalty to Tranquility. And it will be interesting to see whether they can really put this away and make it a 2-1 game.
Well, it's going to be only one contestant, one candidate for that penalty from the Tranquility team. It will be the captain, Anstey O'Brien. So she'll be the one who will be lining it up.
Well, they're actually changing the kicker of the ball.
Yes, it is O'Brien.
Well, originally they left it for Davis, and now Davis. She's the vice captain, and now O'Brien has stepped forward, so she looking for a dry spot. Remember the days of Richard Chinapu, who always wanted to play in sneakers and on a wet ground, and exactly what she's doing is what Richard used to do, look for a dry spot from where to operate, And she kicks it over the bar. Well.
Passes it over the bar.
A simple opportunity, a great opportunity for them to get back in the game, and the captain blazes over. She got under it. That's the thing. She got right under it, and the thing is and that's the balance you have to find between power and placement. And you could see the disappointment on her face because she knew that she would normally score those, and but not on this occasion. So she's going to have to pick herself up, I would imagine, and go again.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity for
a great opportunity with just about 15 minutes gone to get her team back in the game.
It's just one of those things, but and you know how things are funny. In the last game I was telling you about, from the goal here, she may still get a chance here now. The ball's stuck in the water. Well. And the goalkeeper, Edwards, is able to get back at it. But it's just that kind of scenario. But it did go for a corner kick, it looks like. Yes, and I was just saying about, I didn't see much of Aguilera, but her speed is what I am so impressed with. When she learns, and I hope she sticks with the game, and learns all the little nuances about the game, she would be a good player because she has an uncanny type of speed that she puts pressure on all of the opponents because she runs all over the field. Here is the kick from Davis, and the goalkeeper again just sort of bends down and stops it. She didn't really dive, she didn't move her legs, she just kind of reached down to the right and made the stop. Good for you, Jade Edwards. And her kick is not a bad one either. But back there is Tia Luke, who normally plays as a striker, but they put her back on defense, so the coaches are chopping and changing, making sure that everybody gets a little taste of it. Here they go again, and this is where the game kind of has to develop in Trinidad and Tobago. That should be a free kick. No, says the referee, and it's coming the other way. But once again, I'm really impressed with the organization of the Bishop Anstey defense, because they're trying to move in unison. It's not ideal in the sense, not perfect, but at least they'll have an understanding of how to play the positions, and not too many. You can't say that for too many of the other girls teams. They just play, and everybody's like all over the field, and they don't really have a great appreciation for where to be in relation to the ball. Now it could be a 2v1 or 2v2 back there, but again, good defensive work coming across. Aaron coming across and making the stop. Andrews, Kerry-Ann Andrews coming and helping out. And Tranquility quickly transitioning from defense into attack. They do play the ball out of the back very well, especially their captain. She is not afraid to hit the ball downfield. And is it going to be another free kick? It is going to be a free kick for Tranquil. I'm wondering why everybody sort of backs off in line with the ball.
That's the problem that we have with the girls' game. Not wanting to laugh, but they just...
Yeah, she is trying her luck again. She goes with the left foot this time. And this is another impressive thing about O'Brien. She kicks with both feet. She's equally confident on both sides. You don't see that too often in the women's game.
Yeah, definitely. But you saw that call, and it was ages before anybody decided which way the kick was going.
But I'm wondering if they're even looking at the referee, because I'm sure when he made the call, he put his hand up and indicated the direction that it was going. Another tackle, and I always kind of worry when they go into these sort of tackles in a crowd like that, because people are slipping and sliding. As I say, so there they go again, and falling down. We saw that in the Naparima game yesterday at Lewis Street. It was really slipping and sliding all over the place. Not just St. Anthony's, but both teams. Players on both teams had difficulty in those conditions. That was a difficult ground on which to play. But Naps won it. Here, Bishop Anstey handling the conditions well enough so far. But on a slippery surface like this, it doesn't take much, because it's a slide, a missed kick or something, and you could get a goal. Here they come again. If they played forward, she's offside. The flag stays down. Only now does it go up. So Johnson was running forward there. And again, it's not understanding her position as yet, that you find she would make a run like that when the ball is, not delivered as yet. But you will learn that over time.
Yeah, definitely. That's the beauty of the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League and the girls' game, especially. The young ladies getting the opportunity, the platform to be able to get out there competitively. And game by game, you're seeing improvements. I've seen a number of games this season, especially this, and I've seen El Dorado coming on leaps and bounds. They're developing. So it's all about development. It's all about the understanding their positioning. It would have been 2 years since these girls would have been out on the playing field. And, being away from the field, their development would have been a bit stymied. So it's excellent that they're back out on the field and they're able to come out here and get the job done.
A free kick now to Bishops as they kind of surge forward a little bit. Hoping maybe to tack on another one. And their captain, Arisa Ali, with the hijab. Actually, there are two players with hijabs on the Bishops team. I think one is on the bench, and the other, of course, Risa is the captain. And certainly a young lady with a bright future. Whether she stays with football is the other thing. That's another consideration that you have to give, because as we've seen here, a number of people come here. They come to swim. Some of them are coming from dancing, so they're involved in so many other things. Yes, a foot race now to the goal, but the goalkeeper smart enough, comes to the edge of the area to collect it. She's not the most confident of goalkeepers. And this time she gets a good kick away. But it's handled very well by the defense. Trying to get a boot on it there was Cielto. Mad scramble. But Tranquility, despite being 2 goals down, they're not looking as if they're overawed by the situation. They're just playing, and they're at least holding their own, especially on defense. There goes Aguilera. And I don't think she was trying to tackle. She was just slipping and sliding. The brakes give out on her there. Yeah, they go. Lovely opportunity now to get the ball inside. Johnson was there, but nicely cleared away at the back. And again, it looks like Andrews coming over and making the interception. Good timely run. Again, one beat into the area. And there is the little star inside by Kennedy. But Andrews read it well, and danger averted.
Yeah, so it's going to be a corner kick for the Bishop's team.
And they remember the last time they got a corner kick, good things happen. Here's another one played all the way to the back post. Can she get the cross in? No, she cannot. And it goes high over the bar. So Bishops, they seem to have worked on their corners. Because 2 things are happening. Here's this corner kick. Look at the distance she's getting on the kick. And the players are positioning themselves where they have a chance at it. So
they're definitely getting on the end of it. As the first goal resulted from a corner.
And they almost got another look in on that occasion as well. So Bishops leading by 2 goals to nothing. And now O'Brien is probably going to have to do the kicking duties as well, because few others on the team, including the goalkeeper, has the ability to get elevation and distance from her spot kicks out of the back. So it's been a tough time. Here she goes, and she and all doesn't even get it to the half line, but at least it's going to get there eventually. And here they go, just trying to muscle their way through, they're not going around, they're going through each other because both sides are just hammering at the ball. Here they go again. And Bishops now moving forward quickly. And look at the positional sense. And this is what you have to be impressed with. That's a foul. She just kind of weirded away her opponent. You have to be impressed with how they're holding their positions. They're not losing sight of what the coach is asking them to do, so that when the ball is on that zone, they are in position to at least put in a challenge.
Yeah, you're seeing coaching taking place, you're seeing development taking place there, and this ball is over the top.
Another one over the top. It's another foot race. Who's there? Aguilera. She's in the mix again. Look at her speed. She comes from so far back just to try to put in a tackle, and although she doesn't win the ball, she at least slow them down. And there goes Johnson flying over the tackle. But again, Bishops holding position well. 3rd place in the zone. They would probably like a big win here over the Cellar Place team. And so far, so good. They have 2 goals in the bag and looking to add a couple more.
Just call for a handle there. The ball, Ellis just banging the ball against the hands of Orozco. The referee calling for the handle ball.
It is a tough assignment. Here they go quickly. The flag stays down. The goalkeeper just turned. That's a dangerous play. The goalkeeper didn't even tackle the ball. She just buried the attacker. And again, it's like Justine Johnson, the smallest girl in the pitch. She just got creamed there. And you could see the concern of the official because it was a solid blow she got. Now, I don't think in defense of the goalkeeper, the conditions made it difficult for her to stop. But watch at this here. She was coming and she was falling down. She was slipping. She fell right into the attacker, and Johnson has stayed down. Coach Smith, of course, very concerned because I think this child, she's only like 15, 16 years, if so old. Probably just in Form 3 at most.
Coach Smith, yeah, just standing off, doing a bit of physiotherapy doing the physio job. And here's Justine Johnson. That's 2009, late 2009. So she has be about 12 years old. With her birthday to come shortly. Just holding the back of her head.
Well, she's 13 now, and probably going to 14 next year.
Oh, she's 12 years now.
Yeah.
She's going to be 13. She's going to be 13 in November, in the 22nd of November.
Yep, so, but she seems okay. She's having a drink of water. In the meantime, it's a penalty, and let's see who is going to take this penalty.
Of course, it's always a good sign when it seems to be Ellis who's going to take it, the number 10.
And she places it neatly away with no stress whatsoever, and that makes it 3-0.
Yeah, so it's Ellis who adds her name, Janicia Ellis, adding her name to the score sheet. So Bishops lead this one 3-0.
So with the 3-goal cushion, it's pretty much as expected. Tranquility, though, must still be ruined that missed penalty because they would have gotten them back in the game. And as we saw in their last game, when they scored, the whole energy picked up. Although you have to say Diego Martin also picked up. There's the penalty. She just placed it neatly away. And that signals goal number 3 to them back live now. The goalkeeper, who of course will try to make amends at Koto. It was her challenge, and again, her footing, she lost her footing and she just couldn't stop. She just went straight into the back of Johnson and conceded a penalty. So again, she's not the best of kickers, and I think that is the challenge here. You look at it now, and this ball is going back at her. She scores! Brilliantly done indeed. Kennedy didn't waste any effort at all and punishes the weak clearance. And Kennedy has her second of the afternoon. And just like that, 3 turns into 4.
It was really gifted. You were seeing the keeper was asking for movement. She was asking, and she just really passed it to Kennedy. And Kennedy just wrapped her foot around it and banged it home.
So quickly it goes to 4-0, and again, this is where the problems lie for Tranquility, as they try to build, but when you do not have the framework from which to work, when things go awry, you don't have a base from which to fall back on, and then you build from there. You know, it's like a batsman who has a good defense. Even though the attacking shot's not coming, he's not going to give away his wicket because he has a solid defense. So the wicket could be turned in. However, at least he has a chance. Here, when things go awry, like you fall behind like 4, what do you do? What is plan B now for them? And that is the challenge that a team like Tranquility faces.
Well, it seems plan A, B, and C is to get the ball to O'Brien. O'Brien, she seems to be lost at this stage. You're seeing the skipper just putting up her hands. It's a free kick. She seems to be the only one with the capability to really hit that ball from long range. We saw her from long range testing goalkeeper Edwards.
She got in with the right foot this time. We saw her kick the penalty with the right foot, and then she hit the free kick with the left foot. She's going towards the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper bubbles the ball and just gifts it. Just like that. And that's the young girl Aguilera who I was telling you about. She's just so determined, and then her speed got her there, and then she just finishes into an open goal.
Well, celebrations galore. You're seeing the smiles, you're seeing the enjoyment, and this is what it's all about, really. You're seeing the young ladies really enjoying the game. There it was O'Brien with the free kick. Remember, she tested Edwards early on, and Edwards there just bubbling that ball.
And she gifted it, really.
To Aguilera, who was bearing down. Calicia Aguilera, that's their celebration.
Making it 4-1 now in the 31st minute of play.
So Tranquility getting back in this one. It seemed to be done and dusted, but they're showing signs of life.
Roscoe fighting there with Kennedy as they try to get back in the thick of things. Arian Mark also getting involved for Bishops. They on the move again.
O'Brien, just as I was saying, she's
taking over now, yeah.
For Tranquility.
She tries probably too many there, and they're going to get another free kick, Bishops. So third place, Bishop Anstey, things going according to plan, and this is one of the areas too, because some of these girls not quite sure when to tackle, how to tackle, and so you find that they just put in a tackle, and they hurt themselves quite often. Almost after every challenge, somebody's holding something or somewhere, and that's because the body is not in the right position. Here's another free kick. This one is blocked by the wall. That's good football. Again, O'Brien in the way, and she goes this time with the left foot.
Yeah, O'Brien getting in the way there. It was Kennedy, and we saw that Kennedy can hit the ball from distance. She tried her shot. It was charged down by O'Brien, and it's going to be a throw-in. And there we see the throw taken there.
The referee certainly gave her a blind on that one, because and the thing is, and I know what the referees are going through, because if they follow the letter of the law, they might do 5 or 6 throws in that same spot, and both teams might not get it right for a while. But now here goes Johnson again, right in the middle there, just missing out as the defender came right in time. But now another foot race. The goalkeeper stays, and again trying to get inside there. There is Aguilera. She isn't giving up though. She lost out on that occasion, and she's sure she's fighting back. There she is again. Always the determination of this John. There's a big miss kick though, and Tranquil still hoping to get something going towards goal. They have numbers now. Here's an opportunity. This one is wide of the mark.
But the offside flag was up.
There were 3 of them. Choose anyone.
Peltier there. Of course, Peltier, a football name in Trinidad and Tobago. You have Keegan Peltier. That was the father, then the sons. We have Bibi Peltier.
Johan
Peltier. We also had Lester Peltier.
Who was probably the most popular of the lot.
Yeah, the most popular.
Here's another ball played up in the middle, and so the ball is spending a lot of time actually in the middle of the park, and I don't think that's where Bishops wants it. They would much prefer to have it out on the flanks, because they seem better suited to play up the flanks of the field. But to Tranquil's credit, they're forcing them to play the ball in the middle, and you look at how the field is cut up in the middle, because everything is kind of concentrated in that part of the field, just in or around the center circle.
Yes, so if you're just joining us, you're watching the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League action. It's the Girls Championship Division. 35 minutes gone in this one. Bishops, they lead 4-1 versus Tranquility Government Secondary.
A throw into Tranquil. This is much better this time around, and O'Brien is the intended target. She goes past one, goes past a second, has a cross, but it's a little bit too far behind this time to bring goalkeeper Edwards into action. She looks so dangerous when she's on the move like that, and I suppose the wet conditions working in her favor, because she's just gliding past people now with impunity, as they say. 36 minutes gone. We have about 4 minutes of regulation left in this half. I don't think we had two. We had one stoppage really when Johnson went down, but we haven't had much. So I anticipate
Brian has stayed down, but she's finally getting up.
Yep. She's been working hard. Here they come now. Bishops on the move once more, and Kennedy very interested here, and just losing out. Tia Luke does well, gets the ball forward, and again this is into another offside, because it happens to them so frequently. They're anxious to get forward, and or 2 things could be happening here. Either they're anxious to get forward, or when the play breaks down, they stay back, and
They
they're
don't
so
get back,
late
yeah.
coming out
Yeah.
that by the time the ball comes forward, they say, oh, okay, time to run behind it, but you're starting in an offside position.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, the fans, though, they have come out. You've seen the appearance. They've lined the St. Joseph Convent ground here in St. Clair.
There's another big one down the field. The goalkeeper, though, is going to come and claim this one, and I'm sure she's be a little bit disappointed with that goal that she conceded. But other than that, she's taking care of everything coming her way. Jade Edwards. Another ball thrown in, and this time it stays with Bishops on this occasion. So they are trailing the big two in the zone.
O'Brien.
O'Brien gets it to Davis, but Davis's control is letting her down badly. In fact, when I've seen Davis over time, I'm not quite sure. It seems like she's lost her confidence a little bit. Here they come again. Ali punting this one forward. Johnson not able to control it. Here's Ali again with a second bite of the cherry. This time she's trying to play it forward there, trying to get Mark going. And another opportunity here, but Luke is right back there. She's trying to take on two of them. And just look at it. Now Ali drives this one towards goal. And the goalkeeper, Dikoto, does very well. She just collapses on it and stops it cleanly. And this is her regular routine. She walks all the way to the edge of the area and then tries to punt it downfield as best or as far as she could get it. And Aguilera, the goal scorer, still in the mix. And Davis is trying to control it, but not able to keep it in play. Ball thrown up quickly, and Tranquility doing well. That one just comes over the line. I don't think Andrews recognizes that it's her throw.
Yeah, it's one of the things, I think they need to really know the rules of the game, because that ball came off of the opponent. It was your ball. Instead,
they go and claim it one time.
Yeah.
Orozco with the throw this time. Gets it down to Aguilera. She's still battling. Aguilera still looking for some movement. And as you can see, she's not quite sure how to turn. They all turn left. They turn to the left, almost like NASCAR racing. There's only a series of left turns. And here they come again, just trying to get the ball forward. But it's almost, I suppose it's the most natural place to turn to your left. Yeah. And most of them turn, they hardly ever turn to the right because it's a little bit awkward for them.
Of course, if you turn to the right-hand side, you'll have to play with your left foot.
Yep. So again, she turns inside, turning onto that left, onto that right. But the referee decides that enough is enough. And that is the end of the first half of this encounter here. And at the end of period number 1, Bishops, well on their way. They're leading Tranquility by 4-1.
Yeah, definitely. They lead 4-1. Bishop getting their goals to Joanna Kennedy. She got a double, as well as Ariel Mark, who opened the scoring. And from the penalty spot, Janicia Ellis, she had the fourth. For Tranquility, we have Calicia Aguilera. She got her name on the scorecard for Tranquility. So at the half, Bishops lead 4-1. We're going to the break. When we come back, we'll have more on the other side.
far. Of course, the field is playing its part, but in the main, it's been I wouldn't like to say it was one-way traffic. Certainly in terms of the goals, it was one-way traffic. But Tranquility had their moments, and they missed a penalty. They had one or two other opportunities going forward, and unfortunately for them, they couldn't take advantage. And Gordon, when you consider that the structure that we're seeing from Bishops, it suggests that, like I say, work is going on with these youngsters. Not that work isn't going on with Tranquility, but it's just as if they're starting a little further back than the girls from Bishop Anstey at the moment, and their structure seems to be a little more effective right now.
Yeah, definitely. You're seeing a whole lot more structure in the way the Bishops girls are playing. They would be a bit disappointed with the goal that they conceded. Of course, their very experienced goalkeeper, Jade Edwards, just dropping one, and Johnny on the spot, or should I say Jenny on the spot, was Aguilera, Kalisha Aguilera, and she tapped home to keep her team in the contest. As they change over at the halftime whistle, though, there we see the referee just getting some last-minute stuff from Coach Smith in Pitya, and referee Cornell getting ready to signal this restart here at the St. Joseph Convent ground.
Yes, he is. He's just making sure. I suppose he's getting his stopwatch ready, and there he goes to signal the start of the second period of this game. Tranquility trailing here by a 4-1 margin, and I think the ideal tonic for them would be an early goal to kind of give them confidence.
Yeah, definitely. They'll want an early goal. And there's a ball played through Aguilera in a foot race.
In fact, going down there on that left-hand side is Prescott, who is not a bad player herself, but she's up against Ariel Mark, who is also a pretty decent player. Ali is just bundled off the ball. She goes tumbling over, and it's almost as if to say, well, you hit something solid there. And she fell over.
Not pulling their punches, the Tranquility team. They conceded a penalty as well as a free kick around the area. So they're showing that they're pelting those challenges.
And and again, it's not because here's O'Brien doing well. She's trying to get a shot off, and she does get it on target, and the goalkeeper, though, comes comfortably in behind it. It took another skip off the surface, but this time she had everything behind it and held it well. She could so easily have bubbled that, because that was a difficult take that she made to look very easy indeed. Kennedy somehow getting and then another infringement, this time players falling down all over the place, and Kennedy wins a free kick. Yeah,
off the ball. It was between O'Brien and Kennedy. O'Brien putting in the challenge and just slipping, and when she tried to get up, and then she's apologizing profusely, she just tangled up with Kennedy, and she's explaining that there was not no intent. She's playing the game though with the right spirit.
Yep,
always a smile, always a smile on her face.
She didn't want to give the opponents any kind of an advantage, so she just took one for the team there. Here's Kennedy now with her little punt forward. This could be interesting, and the flag stayed down, or is it? No, it's offside. So they left a little bit too early. There were two of them running in that general direction.
Yes, it's gonna be a free kick here for the Tranquility team. They'll not want to concede so soon after the halftime. They'll want to definitely try to get one back. The conditions improving slightly. The ground here at St. Joseph drains reasonably well.
Another ball played up just about half line, and Tranquility, of course, needing points more so than, well, I can't say Bishop don't need points, because they're in third place and they would love to close in on the front two. Holy Name and St. Joseph's Convent, Port of Spain, and just to be in the mix. They're 3 points adrift of those two, so it's
well, they're tied with.
Well, actually, they're tied with St. Joseph's Convent. Just goals. That's the difference here. They've scored 4 today, and have conceded 1. It's a plus 18 and plus 8. So even if you add the 4, that helps. But then you concede 1. So, that will reduce it a little bit. So they have to keep trying to do two things: score at one end and prevent goals being scored against them at the other. That's a lovely ball up their flanks of the field. This is more like it for Tranquility, and there they go with the speed, trying her best to get on there, Lewis, but back in the fray, still another collision. They just seem to just hammer each other every so often.
Trying to string passes together, the Bishop's team, the Tranquility team, just looking to release the pressure and clear the ball upfield.
Here's another ball played forward, and the goalkeeper has to come for it, and she does well. The goalkeeper did very well indeed. In fact, she had to come because Kennedy was bearing down on her, and then Kennedy, again, the ground playing a part here. Kennedy couldn't stop, and the goalkeeper made the save, and then Kennedy just went screaming over, and she just went head over heels. But she seems to be okay. The goalkeeper, though, might be a different story.
Yeah, it's a bit of a delay reaction. She would have come in strong, and gotten to the ball first, but then after she would feel that pain. Dekoto.
There it is again. You see the dribble pass there, and then Kennedy ran onto the loose ball, trying to get there, and then she got. But did you see the goalkeeper's left hand? Yeah. It's like she just helped over.
Helped over. But then after she would have gotten the pain of that, the knee probably to the chin area.
So she's
at the halftime interval. When I was just around the benches of the team there, they were saying that she suffered a bit from asthma. So I don't know, that attack, the breathing, you're seeing there Miss Griffith really giving her some instruction. Sometimes it's all about just, composing yourself. We see going across to talk to her is O'Brien, skipper O'Brien, just giving her some words of encouragement.
Because it's so easy for an injured player to say, but I'm injured, I've had enough, or I'm hurt. Now, you can't play injured. You can play hurt, but you can't play injured.
Correct.
Now, if she's just hurt and could continue for the benefit of the team, you'd want her to continue because you don't know the quality of the reserve goalkeeper. And so it's all of that Ms. Griffith there is probably trying to let her know. And, just letting her know, look, once you could continue, and just make sure that everything is okay, but she seems to be, her chest is where the problem is, and she seems a little bit unstable on her legs at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, if you said she's asthmatic, so it might just be that she could be having something to do with her sinus, or her chest seems to be, she's having real pain in that chest at the moment.
She's definitely.
And you can see her grasping for air. So it might be, and you see Coach Smith, I think he might have to render some assistance as well, because this may require more than just the magic spray.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's so important that you take every precaution. I know some people don't like the games to be held up, but when you're dealing with somebody like this who needs that kind of help and assistance, you have to forget everything else, and the priority here is goalkeeper Dekoto.
Yes, definitely, it's going to be safety, but it's always a good sign when the player can leave the field on their own strength.
Now the stretcher is there. Now the coach, I suppose I'm smelling salts or something to that effect.
Asthma pump, it looks like.
Something that they were able to bring, and you realize who brought it for her.
Yeah.
A player from Bishop Anstey.
Yeah.
So it's really just the spirit. They're rivals, but they're all friends, and
there we see.
I think she might be able to, if she could continue to, it's just a smelling salts. That's what it is. So just so that she could clear that passage as much as possible. But you have to commend Coach Smith and his team, because the player ran all the way around to make sure that she got there and handed her I think it's number 11 it was, who went over. went over the other girl with the other hijab.
Yeah, I think it's 12.
You know, so she ran all the way over to render that assistance and to hopefully she may be able to continue. I'm not sure.
There we see the collision again.
Yep. And there goes Kennedy going in, and there's a knee to the chest. Yep. That left knee struck her in the chest, and she got up originally, and she looked, but then you saw her starting to feel the chest, and you know, just as she got up, she looked okay at one time, and then maybe she started to feel the effects of the blow.
That's how it normally is, you know, as a defender myself. When you're going into the challenge, you're fully, you know, cognizant of going into the challenge harder. But then when you, after the collision, then that's when you feel the knees buckling.
Now, they made the change at goalkeeper. I didn't see who went into the goal. Actually, it's Andrews who went into the goal as the reserve goalkeeper. So
Kerry and Andrews, she goes into the goal.
And I'd like to see who they'll bring on. They'll have to bring on an outfield player now to replace her. Maybe
they have two outfield players.
Number 15 or number 13, Bridgelal.
Or
Saint-Hilaire. And but neither one of them seem like they're ready to go on. So at some point in time, they must recognize that they have to make that substitution.
And just probably the coach, Miss
Burton.
No, Mr. Burton and Coach Griffith. Yeah, they will just be caught up with the injury and no one on the bench to really control the bench.
I'd like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they should have 10 players, unless they're hoping that she comes back and plays, maybe plays outfield. You never can tell.
Normally in the girls' game, the composed players like that keeper will have some ability to play outside as well.
Yep. They're under pressure here now, though, and this is what Bishops would probably like to do, is get the ball into the danger zone and maybe get a shot. There's a tackle. Again, it's a little bit late, and Ali is punished with that tackle because she was swinging the foot. Ali moved the ball, but she didn't get her leg out of the way, and she got a whack on her leg that went down, and guess who's in the middle of it all?
Skipper O'Brien.
But the free kick is going to Tranquility. And so it's a little bit puzzling because clearly the tackle was on Ali. And look at her, she's bending over. She's feeling the effects of the tackle. And then she gets nothing for it because it's a free kick going the other way. Unless there was a prior infringement or something to that effect.
Probably could have been an offside because I definitely don't think it had anything to do with a tackle.
With the tackle, yeah. You know. So the two coaches just discussing here, just seeing the two of them, and now they have to make a substitution because they need to get another player on. I think it's important that they get Bridgelal, at least Bridgelal on the field. Here comes, this is Aguilera again, but the ball, she is going, but the ball is stopping. Ali goes over, does well, gets the tackle in, and Aguilera still battling. There's no quit in this young lady. It's so refreshing to see. She's not the biggest, she's not the tallest, but boy, she's busy all the way through. Here, there, everywhere. Look at her recovery run. She's still trying to get back on defense. And here's another tackle that goes awry. And guess who's in the middle of this one this time? Tia Long. And the big girl dishing out punishment. Tia Luke, rather, dishing out punishment at the back. She just left the leg there.
Yeah,
yep.
Kennedy, the recipient again. So she's been through the walls, Kennedy, and getting a card for all her efforts there. Tia Luke.
Again, you know, she's playing defense today primarily. Last game she was in attack. She came off the bench and played in attack. Now look at how they kind of, it's like somebody with a bad deodorant or something. They just stay away from the ball. But look at the angle. And now goalkeeper Andrews has to be on the alert here. The captain is making
O'Brien
sure.
back is O'Brien is still putting on her gloves.
Yep. So trying to make sure now.
They have discarded it. It seems like it's not a fit.
So she is, and here all the scenarios. She's going to stay on that line. She's hardly going to come off that line. Because she's probably not a regular goalkeeper, she probably doesn't have any idea of when to move off the line, when not to, and different things like that. I think they're making a double change.
Yeah, double change it.
So they're not wasting any time.
So Saint-Hilaire,
Bridgenall and Saint-Hilaire.
They're coming on. And I think it's number 4 who's going to make way. That's Lewis. Camille Lewis.
So they have to make some adjustments at some point in time. And it's taken a while for them to get the subs sorted out and to get the free kick going. Now this is a slightly better alignment. Here is a kick and it's blocked. Very well done indeed. Again, the captain is there, but good football on the part of Tranquility here because they plug that hole and then they give themselves a chance on defense to take it away. Another quick tackle upfield. But now they are under the stress here. This could be another opportunity. If she could get a shot on target, it could cause some problems because remember the goalkeeper is not the first choice goalkeeper. But try as they will, nothing doing. The defense is holding very well indeed for them, turning, twisting, trying her luck mark. And this time it's Ariel Mark who scored earlier. And now Aguilera is on her way. She has a crack, but it's too easy, much too easy for the goalkeeper. But you could see her speed, taking her away from the defenders. Not much Oldarian could have done about that, but she doesn't have the power to move the ball, especially when it starts to stick in the heavy conditions.
Yeah.
Tranquil again.
They're putting their bodies on the line here. The skipper, O'Brien, has gone back to a more central defensive position.
Balls, a bump ball there, and Ali gets it out to the near side where they're picking it up. McSween trying to get it forward. Is she onside? No, she isn't. So another offside.
It's not marked. That's Stroud.
Trying to get involved quickly, but not able to hold her. Just be patient with the run. Nice ball played up again. Aguilera is running free, but can she keep it in? No, she cannot.
Just overrunning the ball there. So you're seeing a bit of change of tactics by Tranquility government. They've moved O'Brien from a more offensive position, and she's staying more at the back and able to spray the ball around.
That's a great ball. This could be interesting now. They're off to the races. Again, the goalkeeper doesn't come because she's probably not used to that action. And it almost cost them here on that occasion. Stroud taking it up, bringing it inside. Ball played across. Now they're trying to get it off to Kennedy. Can she get a shot on? Yes, she does. Hits the post. And the rebound is scored. No, it doesn't. It hits the bar and comes back out. Or did it? Well, Stroud is right there. Stroud was probably claiming it. Another shot taken into the side netting this time around. But boy, they had 2 bites at the cherry there. One struck the post and the rebound hit the bar.
Well, it was Kennedy first. We know she can hit it. And she
on the turn
it against the upright.
And then look at Stroud following up. I thought it hit the underside of the ball and went in, but the angle, because we can't tell here. And Stroud really must be cursing her luck there.
I think the backspin just it's given as a goal. Yeah. Because
no, it's not a goal because
it's going to be a ball. It's going to be centered.
Well, so maybe it did go in.
Yeah, it did go in.
And this is it. So it's a goal to Stroud.
Yes. Yeah,
so
Bishop 5.
That should make it 5-1 now.
Yeah, you're seeing it's from the restart. But definitely you saw the ball cross the goal line and bounce back into play.
So a good goal, good finish on the part of Saria Stroud.
Yes, of course. A number of these names very difficult to pronounce. As my mother, who was a maternity nurse, used to say.
Soraya, that's how she pronounced it.
As you see it spelt, so you pronounce it. Don't try to intellect it too much.
Yeah, Soraya Stroud. That's the real name there. Now Tranquil probably, I'm sure, would want to see if they could pull back another one and try to finish. Just like small victories that they need to get out of the game. Not everything is a victory in terms of a win, but it could be a victory in terms of a second goal maybe. And goalkeeper Edwards, though, has other ideas. She comes and claims it, and then she has a good punt downfield and almost finds Strauss, but moving nicely across there is Orozco, and she's able to get it away. Should be a throw into Tranquility, though. Orozco will take it herself. Another substitution. No, they're just waiting for play. Look at how everybody gravitates to the field is very narrow. Now, O'Brien, can she get something going? She's going down that right-hand side. Has a shot from distance way behind on that occasion. So she's showing the real tenacity to want to get into a striking position. She doesn't have to run the full length of the field. She knows that because she has bigger responsibilities at the back. So she's probably just trying to get within good distance, and then she's trying her luck.
She definitely has a good right boot on her.
Here's another clearance that is not well executed. And Davis again not able to control it, and her game has fallen away to some degree. But they're off to the races against Stroud, still going. This could be another one. Can she get the shot off? Plays it square, and here's a shot on goal and scores. Kennedy again.
Kennedy gets her hat trick. Well taken goal. She banged it with the left boot there.
So that's the second one in the second half.
Yeah, that's the second goal in the second half. Look at it again. It was unselfish play by Stroud. She laid it on a platter for Kennedy. And Kennedy,
with the left foot,
with the left boot, banged it home. She's enjoying this game. That's a hat trick as her team, Bishop, goes up 3-1 here.
Well, they go up 6 goals to 1.
Sorry.
You're rubbing them 3 goals, not one in
Kennedy. Kennedy.
You're a real tranquil man, and you're rubbing 3 goals.
Kennedy getting 3 goals. But yes, Bishop's going up 6-1. And yes, the secret is out of the bag. I'm an old tranquil boy.
Just like that, he raised 3 goals. But it happens all the time. Here's a nice little throw in, and Aguilera trying to keep it in. She does well, and now she's going to try to run after it. And she's still battling there. Not much option, not by way of options. And O'Brien this time is in an advanced position, so this is problems. Kennedy does well. She turns one. She's still going. She gets a rebound. Can she get the ball across? Stroud is there. Is she onside?
She'll definitely be
Can
offside.
she finish it? Yes, she does.
But is she offside? Let's look for the flag. I think she'll definitely be offside there.
And
she was definitely offside.
Yeah, she looked to be well in advance. It was a good ball, but she was so advanced. Look at it. When the ball is played, although the defender was running back there, almost played her onside in the end, but it turned out to be a late challenge that almost cost Tranquility there. But Stroud would have been happy with that one. After she fed Kennedy the last time, she would have been seriously looking forward to getting her second here this afternoon.
Yeah, well, Strauss have come around as a forward, and she's been very active.
Yes, she replaced the youngster Johnson.
Yeah, she replaced Johnson at the halftime, and she's been able to run the channels very well. She's providing an opportunity.
There's Johnson trying to get in there. The entire Tranquil team froze. For whatever reason, nobody was reacting to the loose ball. Johnson picked it up and was trying to knife away forward. And again, Luke took one for the team there. and she just took her down almost rugby style.
Well, that was Kennedy. Now, you're sure it's going to be Kennedy to take this? Yeah,
You see, there she is. and Luke just say, hey, you're not moving from here at all. You know, there's a maxim in football defenders use. Only one could pass. Either the man passes or the ball passes, but not both. And that was it. Here's a shot just wide. And again, they're testing the goalkeeper. And I think they might have gotten a signal from the bench to keep shooting because Andrews is not the first choice goalkeeper.
The first choice goalkeeper, she's off because of injury. She was brave while it lasted. That's what Ikuto.
O'Brien getting this one, but Ali corrals it nicely and gets it going the other way. So Coach Smith, and I'm sure he's looking for more. He's probably looking to see who else he could bring on, just to probably give them opportunities. And it's all part of, it's like, and that's the thing with coaching. It's really about you're trying to win, but you're also trying to expose as many of your players as possible. Now Davis, she is trying to play the ball forward and loses out again. Bishops, Ali does well, turns away from the pressure, tries to feed it down this way to McSween. Now it's that, and she's offside again, and once more you could see Stroud just leaving a little bit too early.
Yeah, she's a willing runner, loves to run the channels. You know, traditionally, her traditional centre forward, you know, she likes to get forward, but she just has to be able to understand when to hold the line and when to go.
Yeah, she's seeing the option. She knows she has to go to goal, and she's seeing the build-up, but she's just not patient enough. In fact, she's probably standing in that offside position long before the ball is even played. Here they come again. Bishops on defense this time, and the goalkeeper says that there was almost like a trip in the area, but the referee says play on.
Yeah, no call by the referee there.
And the player stays down, so he will now have to pay attention to that. And
yes,
Tranquility, I don't think they have any more subs, or do they?
No, I don't think there's any more subs on the bench.
They may still have. Did they ever bring on Saint-Hilaire?
Yeah, I think Saint-Hilaire is on. Number 17 seems to be off. So Tranquil, I think they have. Well, she would have started it. So yeah, Saint-Hilaire is on.
So it's. And I suppose now the coaches are saying to these young ladies, just keep playing. You know, don't worry too much about it. But when you suffer, when you get a blow, when you get an injury, it's hard because everything hurts at that point in time. And, you know, but she's still there. She's going to fight on, fight through all the pain.
Yeah, Peltier just is getting up. And you see Edwards just standing behind the ball. But she has the ball in hand. But the referee would have stopped play, so she'll have to put it down.
And Peltier, again, just as they say, sucking it up and going again, because it's all part of the learning curve for some of these young ladies. You're not going to win everything. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. But at the end of the day, it's really about how these young ladies conduct themselves, what they learn out of this whole exercise. To some principles, this is, as they say, extracurricular. Here they go again, but another offsides, and just like Stroud at the other end, the forwards for Tranquility are anxious to get into the up position, get there quickly, and as a result, the offside flag is going out. Here is Oladiran. She plays it forward, and it's picked up by Davis, but Davis is robbed of it. And we're off to the races again. Here they go. Stroud is offside once more. Can she stay onside this time?
So
another free kick is given. An infringement spotted there by the officials. Referee Cornell decides to bring it back. But 6-1 it is, 68 minutes gone, so we're into the last 12 minutes or so of this contest.
Well, it's been a long day for these ladies here from Tranquility. The conditions underfoot not making it easy for them. O'Brien, though.
She's trying her best, and here they come again. But that's the challenge for them also. It's almost like they're running shuttles. Every time they play the ball forward, it comes back. And here's another hefty challenge from O'Brien, and she might be given another card here. And the referee is going to issue the card, and guess who it is? It's that lady Kennedy who is down again because
if she gets booked here, she's going to be sent off.
So I don't think she got booked the last time. She
pleaded her case.
She pleaded her case.
Well, probably
successfully then. And here is the ball picking up, and there is the challenge. It's a late challenge. The ball was long gone, and but part of that is not willing to run right now because the legs are heavy. Any kind of movement, because she would have had to stop, check, and chase.
Yeah.
And she probably didn't want to do that. And all of that in a split second.
Yeah.
Because she realizes that
she had to commit.
Yep, she had to commit at that point in time. A chance here now for Ellis. Plays the ball forward and running at the back post still, trying to get it inside. Can they work it out? But good defensive work. Tranquility, to their credit, they're still battling, and it's all about the effort right now for these young ladies. Here's another ball played into space, but much too straight, and it's going to run behind for a goal kick to Tranquility.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the ladies' game, especially this game here, it's all about development for these ladies. The Bishop team, they would be still having their eyes on the North Zone prize. They're just 3 points down, 1 game down, and a couple of goals. So they'll be looking to get some goals here against Tranquility.
We will get a couple more, yep.
Yeah, Tranquility, though, they will be looking to really improve as the seasons go along. They would have gotten a draw the last time out against Diego Martin Central, so that would have boosted their confidence. They would have come to this game here looking to get a similar result, to be a spoiler. It was not to be, though.
There is another opportunity here. There goes Tranquility a little bit doing well on defense, though, because O'Brien was exposed there. She was all alone. There were 2 red shirts closing in on her, and yet still she's able to get it at Arundel, trying her best there to get it away, but more speed coming up from Tranquility, but not the ball is not the best ball forward, and it's an easy. It's going to be a goal kick, or no, she picked it up before it went over, so she punts it forward. Not the best punt, but her teammates, they have her back. They're able to keep it in play, but here goes Aguilera again, turning, twisting, still going, still running, full of running. Even now, at this stage of the game, she's back there trying to tackle, still trying to tackle, and the leg is a little bit too short. But you really have to tip your hats to her. She hasn't stopped running from the first whistle to now. She is probably tired. Here is Stroudo. Can she keep this one in? Turning, twisting, and probably just being crowded out in the end. A nice little turn, Stroud back in the middle, still going. They still haven't gotten it out, and eventually the defense clears it away and might be able to get it further. Prescott still trying to get it further upfield, not able to do that, and Mark feeds it to Stroud. Stroud scores! She couldn't miss from there. And that is goal number 7 here in the 73rd minute.
So Stroud has come on and has added a second half double for her team. Soraya Stroud.
So that makes it 7-1 now, and good football. Look at the interpassing. She knifes away past 2 defenders, and when the third one commits, she slips it to Stroud, who was just waiting there all alone, cherry picking as they say, and couldn't miss from that spot. So this has been an impressive display on the part of Bishop's Anstey High, because we also have Bishop Centenary also playing.
Yeah, Bishop Centenary playing just behind us at the St. Mary's grounds. They are playing Holy Name Convent.
73 minutes go on, so they kick it off again. And Davis trying her best there, but she's crowded out. She does win a free kick, though, because she was being blocked. And so it's going to be a free kick to Tranquility.
Yes, Tranquility, though. Credit to the young ladies. They have not given up. They have fought for every ball, even down at this time. Late in the game, they've been fighting for every ball, and then the ball going through to Edwards.
She's been relatively quiet, has not too much to do. And of course, that one mistake, she certainly tightened up after that, and has been almost perfect into it. But here is Aguilera still running, still full of running on the left foot. But does she have a left foot? And no, she doesn't, because she was just trying to push the ball and run behind it. And it's simple take for goalkeeper Edwards. And you know, I was about to say, since we're talking about Tranquility here, in terms of the players, and but these would be male players now. From what you remember, who would you say probably would be the best export from Tranquility?
Well, of course, we all know Russell Latapy. He came from Tranquility. That time it was not a secondary as such, but more composite primary school, yep. Secondary school scenario. So that's the most famous of our exports, Russell Latapy. In terms of football, cricket, we have
Dwayne Bravo,
and Kyron Pollard.
Here's another ball played inside. Tranquildo trying their best here. So maybe as we call those names, it might be energizing the players here a little bit.
Also in Tranquility, for the athletics, we had Michelle Liai recently, but we also had Fana Ashby. You know,
before that. So
a school rich in tradition, sporting tradition.
And even before that, there was a name that you didn't. Well, there are several names that you could call, and Tom Phillips. And here's a cross ball, but again, goalkeeper Edwards comfortably in behind. Her positional sense is so outstanding because she's able to cover that first post. And when the cross came over, she was ideally in position to handle it. Johnson firing away again. She falls down, but it doesn't stop them from going forward once more. And Aguilera also doing her bit. It's their free kick. I think they stopped it for a handball. And so it's going to come the other way quickly. But I was telling you about that. When you think of Tom Phillips, he was one of the at the time to gravitate from secondary schools football straight into the senior national team. And those days, to make the senior national team, you had to be an outstanding footballer, because he had men like Ron Lafferty and others ahead of him on the national team at the time. And so for somebody like Tom Phillips, and then you had Cedas, Curtis Morrell, and some of these others, here's another ball played safely into the arms of Edwards. So Tranquil has had its own share. Remember the Intercal days, Michael Wiley and some of the others, those were real outstanding players, Zafar Khan and others. Here is O'Brien, though she's going, still going, nobody's coming to her, she slips it, saved by the goalkeeper once, twice, she's still battling, still can't get it on target. Well, the goalkeeper did her part. O'Brien left all the way to the back and made this long, look who's there battling with her again. It is Aguilera right in the middle of things, and O'Brien stays down, as does Edwards. But what a gutsy effort by the captain, leading by example. She should have placed it, she tried to, but the goalkeeper spread her legs and it came off the leg.
Yeah, she did.
And she got the rebound, but she couldn't finish.
Yeah, good work there by the keeper, though.
Edwards.
Credit to her, yeah. O'Brien tried to go wider.
Now here is at the other end. This could be problems here for them.
Kennedy.
Yep, because Kennedy is trying her bit, but the mud. Look at how much mud. She's like, she's covered in mud right now, and not really able to do much. And the ball played forward. Goalkeeper comes, Edwards, and here's another opportunity to stop it back at goal. She has already scored one like that, Kennedy, but only this time the mud took all the sting out of it. Remember, her first goal was a quick one-time shot. She tried another one there, but this time she was kicking from in the quagmire, and she couldn't get any kind of power on it. Davis plays this one over to that far side, and battling over there. One tackle wipes out about 3 players, and it's going to be a free kick to...
It's going to be a free kick to Bishops.
To Bishops, Anstey, yes.
If you're just joining us, you're watching championship action, the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools football action, the girls division. It's Bishops.
Still coming forward. This time it's left for Aguilera. Davis left it for Aguilera, and Aguilera is off to the races once more. She's in the area. Can she get a shot on target? It's a toe poke, and saved by the goalkeeper. Well, she got the toe on it, and you know when you hit a toe peak from that close, it could go anywhere. And luckily, the goalkeeper had it covered. Once again, a good positional sense on the part of Edwards as Aguilera took aim and fired, and saved nicely by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, good save there by the goalkeeper. Just getting her hands to it.
Edwards has had a good game. Whatever she's had to do in the main, other than that first goal.
Yeah, she's been quite competent.
Here's another free kick in the middle as the tackles are coming in thick. And as the girls are tired now, they're not just tired, they're fatigued. And they certainly, in their last, everybody's hands on hips. When they tackle, they kind of stay down. It just tells you that they're tired. It's been a tough afternoon for them. And the fact that they conceded the 7 goals doesn't help either.
Yeah, most definitely.
7-1 it is. We're in the last minute of regulation time, and the ball played down. Kennedy trying her best again. She's like a real bull, fighting through the mud, trying to get the handle on the ball, and it's almost like the ball not cooperating with her. This time it's stuck in the water, and it's coming the other way. Tranquil, though, not able to really get it. Ali pushing forward. Tranquil playing solid defense as best as they can, but even that is not good enough, because remember, they've already conceded 7. Now here's Stroud. She's trying to get the handle on it. She's still there. Gets across inside. Not a bad effort, but once again, the captain O'Brien is there. This one played forward. The goalkeeper bubbles it and able to snatch it back quickly, as she was able to go around the legs of the attacker and claim the ball.
So good work there by Andrews.
As we all know, she's not the regular goalkeeper. She's substituting, but showing that she's more than capable in some situations. Look at how difficult it is for them to get the ball out of the mud. But Davis has it now, and she's still going, still battling for it. Aguilera though might pick it up, and Davis tries to play it inside. If she had Aguilera right behind her, she could have just slipped it for her. Instead, she tried to play it across, and it was blocked. So we're into added on time now. A minute or so of added on time, but remember we did have that long delay for the entry to the keeper, and we also had one up at this end when both the keeper and the captain went down. So we might get a couple minutes of time added on. The ball played back in the middle, and O'Brien again is in the way, trying their best to keep the ball out. It's back in the middle and trying to play it up there. Still, Ali this time plays it wide, and they get a chance now. Ariel Mark, she's trying to slip it into Stroud and missed out. She might get a second bite of the cherry and taking on O'Brien, but O'Brien is able to knife away past her and get it into touch.
So it's going to go out of play. So it's going to be...
We're in the 3rd minute of added on time now.
Yeah, but probably about 5 minutes of added on time to be played.
Because it really was a long delay.
Yeah.
But we understood why. Tranquil, that's a foul throw. He certainly couldn't let that one pass. And but she thinks she could do it over, but she can't do it over. It has to go to the other team at this point.
That was a Roscoe.
Yep. And quickly the ball is thrown down there, and look who's in attendance once again, O'Brien. O'Brien certainly putting in a good shift. And she's been doing that all season long. She understands that she's probably the most accomplished of all the players on her team. So she has to do the bulwark for them. Here is another throw-in. This one is much better, but it's went up, and here's another shot. Hits the post and stays out. Well, guess who?
Kennedy.
Joanna Kennedy again, looking for her fourth on the afternoon. And there is referee Cornell. Any minute now, you could see him blowing, but here's the ball given away, and Kennedy just knifing forward. And the goalkeeper was beaten, but she couldn't beat the upright. So we're going to have another free kick. So this is a comfortable win for Bishops. And I say comfortable probably in terms of the scoreline, but in terms of the conditions and the tenacity on defense by Tranquility, they've had to work for most of their goals. And to their credit, they too made a fist of it and were able to come away with the win. Bridgelal trying to get it forward, but not able to do that. Oladiran getting in the way and playing it upfield quickly. Ali tries to play the return ball, but she made a meal of it, but she may get it back. And in fact, she's still battling. The players are holding on for dear life. But the referee's allowing them to play, but that was a clear hold in there. And now here is Aguilera getting into the mix. And Davis trying to get it away, not able to do so. And can they get one more? Aguilera looking for some running room. She doesn't have much, but she does well. She's still going. Still going. Can they get it to her? She's on her way. Oh, she trips over the ball. Oh, dear. And, she's still there. She's battling every which way. But there is is it the end of the game?
No, that's just foul infringement.
Just an infringement. Well, we're playing now 5 minutes into the 6th minute of added on time.
Yeah, well, we could understand the referee looking at his watch, but a lot of time would have, after that stop for the keeper, who went down the Koto.
Bishops playing it forward, Tranquil defending. It's been a recurring theme. Now, here is Kennedy, plays it one inside. Stroud has it. Can she return the favor? The water took it away from her. It's been a tough game and a tough afternoon, but that's good football here. Now, Kennedy, is she onside? She's still going. And O'Brien, though, is back there to the rescue for Tranquility. Not for the first time, one might add.
Yeah, O'Brien has really fought tooth and nail for her team. She's been on both ends of the pitch. A good crowd has built up here at the St. Joseph Convent ground here in St. Clair. You're hearing the chants of the Bishops faithful. Yep,
it's a corner kick to Bishops. Can they tack on another one to make it 8? Here's the ball played inside, bouncing around in the area, and just giving a Stroud might get a chance to get it across. She's trying to turn, and she does well. She turns all right. Ali not able to get it through the ball, still battling in there. And Ali fighting as hard as ever. Here she goes. She's a little pitty-witty girl, but she's not afraid to mix it up with the bigger girls. And she's won another throw-in. So it's another throw-in to Bishops now. And the Bishops faithfuls are dancing on the sideline. Here's the ball thrown in. Defender gets it away. The referee is standing in the way there. He's in harm's way. And here's a tackle, a late tackle. But good stop once more by Thing. And Aguilera is on the move once more. She's going, still going, and just like that, coming over and ending it. Damilola Aladaran coming over and making the stop for her, but she hasn't given up. Look at it again. She's still fighting. Even in this late stage, we're playing for almost 88 minutes, and she is still going and still fighting her way through, and nothing doing. She's not happy. But anytime this ball is played forward, she's going to be offside because look at how far Kennedy is in the advanced position. Anytime that ball was played to her, she might have been standing in an offside position. Luckily for her, she stayed back. Now she could run with it and has a shot blocked, and it's coming the other way. So again, the Tranquility defenders have done an amazing job, despite the fact that they've conceded 7 goals. They've really put up staunch resistance at times and have made some very, very impressive blocks. And this time she misses everything. Just as I was giving them credit, she is a commentator's curse. She just miskicked the entire ball. However, still running forward, Tranquil in the mix here now. Bijlal trying to get it forward there, but crowding them out. And I think that is it. They finally 88.5 minutes played. But of course, we had the time for stoppages, and the referee decided that enough is enough. But 7-1 is the final score here, and certainly an impressive victory for Bishop Anstey.
Yeah, definitely. Bishop Anstey showed their quality here. You know, Kennedy, what can we say about her? She got her name on the scorecard 3 times, getting a hat-trick. But more than just the hat-trick, it was her build-up play and link-up play. Strout came on and showed that she's also very capable. So a very complete team performance by this Bishop team, showing their quality. But Tranquility, to their credit, they stood fast and really fought tooth and nail. Their captain, who engineered that opening goal, she showed that she's one for the future. She showed her tenacity and she did everything her team had asked her to do. Of course, credit goes to the keeper, the substitute keeper who went into the goal, Andrews. Yeah, yep. She went in and did creditably as well. So at the end of it all, although Bishops won this one 7-1, I think it was a very good game, a good exhibition put on by the teams, the 2 teams here, and of course the tough conditions underfoot did nothing but add to the difficulty that they had to endure.
Well, you see the Tranquility players there, they're still in a huddle, still as a group, which is good to see. They're not quarreling, or they don't seem overly disappointed with the loss. At the other end, Bishops though stretching and looking like a true professional outfit. Congratulations again to Bishop Anstey. 7-1 the final score. Ariel Mark started proceedings in the 5th, Joanna Kennedy in the 9th, and of course Janicia Ellis the penalty in the 29th, and in the 30th was Kennedy again. It was 4-1 at the half. That's after Galicia Aguilera got her name on the score sheets in the 31st, and then in the second half we had Stroud getting a brace in the 58th and the 73rd, and in between that, in the 61st, Joanna Kennedy completed her hat-trick. She had 3, Stroud had 2, but in the end, Bishops had 7 to Tranquil's 1. And again, on behalf of the entire team, this is it from the St. Joseph's Convent ground, where Bishop Anstey picked up 3 crucial points with a 7-1 win over Tranquility.